أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما ولاهم عن قبلتهم التي كانوا عليها قل لله المشرق والمغرب يهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. وما جعلنا القبلة التي كنت عليها إلا لنعلم من يتبع الرسول ممن ينقلب على عقبيه وإن كانت لكبيرة إلا على الذين هدى الله وما كان الله ليضيع إيمانكم إن الله بالناس لرؤوف رحيم. صدق الله العظيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فقال تعالى في كتابه العزيز الحكيم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. All praise, thanks, gratitude is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the nourisher, the sustainer, the creator of all the worlds. We send salutations upon our beloved Prophet and leader, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, upon his family, companions, and all those who follow in his footsteps. My respected brothers and sisters in Islam, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are coming to the end of yet another year in which we have had to live with the anxiety and trauma of a global pandemic that has affected all of us in different ways. It has affected us personally, it has affected us professionally, it has affected us socially as well as economically. And amidst these trying times, at this time of the year, we are all looking forward to enjoying a well-deserved holiday break, a time to switch off, a time to relax and enjoy quality time with our families. Jamaatul Muslimin, in my nasiha today, I support the view that enjoying wholesome entertainment during our vacation time is fulfilling a natural human need and should not be viewed as frivolous, non-Islamic activities. However, given the recent resurgence of COVID-19 infections, we should apply caution and moderation in our vacation activities so that we remain safe and do not contribute to the further spread of COVID infections. It is my considered view that in Islam, relaxation and enjoyment, tarfih, is not at odds with piety and dignity, taqwa. The Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's everlasting peace and blessings be upon him, he prayed and engaged in worship more than anyone else, but he also enjoyed good things. He smiled and joked. However, as devoted as he was in his personal worship, he was quick to indicate to his followers that the path of Islam is the way of moderation and balance. Mizan. Thus, when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was informed that one of his companions undertook to continuously fast every day of the year, another asserted that he would spend the entire night in salah, in prayer, and yet another vowed he would never marry. He rebuked them by proclaiming that his sunnah, the prophetic way, was the combined piety with wholesome recreation, and this hadith can be found in the most authentic collections of Bukhari and Muslim. Jamaatul Muslimin, the most primary source of Islamic guidance, the glorious Quran, Kalamullah, in many verses espouses a balanced perspective of Islam in which we should enjoy wholesome recreational activities without exceeding the bounds of what is lawful in Islam. This is most eloquently expressed in the following in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 143. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. We have made of you an ummah justly balanced, meaning avoiding extremes, so that with your lifestyles you may be witnesses to humanity of being a community of the middle way, as the messenger bore witness unto you. The Quran also repeatedly exhorts Muslims to follow the path of moderation, ummatan wasatan, and censures those whose disposition is towards prohibition, for the latter tendency results in unnecessary hardships for human beings, and Allah's command in this regard are very clear, are very explicit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares in Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 28, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يُخَفِّفَ عَنْكُمْ وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. Allah desires to lighten your burden, for the human being was created weak. Again, in Surah Al-Hajj, chapter 22, verse 78, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares, وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. Allah has not placed hardship on you in the religion. My respected brothers and sisters in Islam, consonant with this message of ease and moderation, we should not deprive ourselves of recreation and leisure activities as long as we refrain from things that are clearly and explicitly prohibited by Allah, the Lord of wisdom. I would like to provide some examples of how we could make our holiday enjoyable while remaining faithful to the ethos and value system of Islam and adhering to safety protocols during these pandemic times. The holiday season is always a good time to strengthen our familial ties and family picnics, and brides have long traditions within our communities. However, for the second successive December under pandemic conditions, we should strive to moderate these activities and limit the number of people at our family gatherings, especially if we become complacent with wearing masks in these settings. Outdoor activities, weather permitting, are our safest options for recreation at this time and should be embraced after the many months of lockdowns that we have endured. We should use the holiday period to go for more walks, picnics, hikes or drives with our families and cultivate an appreciation for the wonders of nature and the environment, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed to us as a trust, as an amana. We should therefore also take care not to pollute and spoil these natural beauties. In this regard, the companion Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him, reports that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam advises us as follows: Inna dunya hulwatun hadiratun wa inna Allah mustaghlifukum fiha fayanzur kayfa ta'maluna fattaqud dunya. The world is green and delightful, and Allah has made you a custodian over it, the world, and is observing carefully how you deal with it. Recorded in the Hadith Compendium of Al-Tirmidhi. Families with young children have the added challenge of keeping them occupied for the whole day. Allowing them to watch TV or play on mobile devices is the easy way out. But we can also use the holiday period to encourage more recreational reading for children. Perhaps have daily story times together, have daily physical activities outdoors. And nowadays, there are also many board games for children that develop all kinds of learning skills through fun and games. In these ways, we can ensure our young children to enjoy a fun and wholesome vacation that will refresh them for the new academic year. In conclusion, Jamaatul Muslimin, all of the recreational activities that I have described underscore the advice given to us in an instructive hadith reported by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's companion Hanzala al-Husaydi, and recorded in the hadith collection of Imam Muslim. Hanzala and Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, went to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and confessed to having become hypocrites because they could not sustain their high levels of spirituality which they attained when they were in the company of the Prophet. They told the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, O Messenger of Allah, when we are with you, you talk about the fire and the paradise until it is as if we can see them. Then we go out and play with our wives and children and deal with our properties, and we forget much. The Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then replied, by him in whose hand is my soul, if you were to continue at the same level at which you were with me, and in remembering Allah, the angels would shake hands with you when you are resting and when you walk about. But oh, Hanzala, there is a time for this and a time for that. Sa'a wa sa'a. And the Prophet repeated this phrase 3 times. This hadith teaches Muslims to live a life balanced between devotion to his or her Lord and fulfilling his or her natural human need for recreation, leisure time, and enjoyment. In other words, Jamaatul Muslimin, there is a time for devotion and a time for relaxation. There is a time for hard work and a time to rest. There is a time for contemplation and dedication and a time for entertainment. This balanced vision, this mizan of Islam is reflected in one of the most popular Muslim du'as, prayers, found in the glorious Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 201, with which I would like to conclude. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Our Lord, grant us goodness in this life as well as goodness in the year after, and protect us from the torment of the fire. Jamaatul Muslimin, at this sacred hour of Jumu'ah, please join me in a special dua, in a special prayer, asking Allah Rabbal Aman to give us and to keep us safe during the holiday season. Oh Allah, we thank you for bringing us to the end of another year. We ask that you guide us during the holiday period and help us to behave in balanced and wholesome ways that are pleasing to you. Ya Rab, we make dua and pray for our children at this time. We pray for their safety and protection in all their activities. Ya Rab, grant all drivers a steadfast hand, a watchful eye, and most of all lots of patience. Protect us on the road and lead us safely to our destination. Ya Rab, be with us as we spend quality time with family and friends in a safe environment. Keep us involved in your wholesome activities. Give us good fun and good rest, so that we may start the new year refreshed and rejuvenated. May we always be conscious of you in our lives and live in your compassionate care and mercy. Allahumma Ameen.